Hi everyone, Morten Ostad here. Welcome to my channel. So this video was supposed to be only about one thing, but last night or during the night I reached 100 subscribers. So I want to thank brother Brian. He's number 100, and I also checked out your channel, and I've like what I see, and I subscribed to it as well. So this is for Aaron, who was celebrating or is celebrating 3 years in the vinyl community, making YouTube videos. And well, he had a little task for us, or a little competition, where he asked us all to mention 3 people in the VC that means a lot to us or inspires. And I'm going to kind of screw that up right away, because I feel that since this is also the video where I grab a little attention to myself as far as having finally reached 100 subscribers, I want to mention a couple of more people, channels that inspires me. And the other thing, he wants us to show 3 albums, which was the 3rd album released by the artist or the band that I think is their best overall. So, but I wanted to start out by mentioning a few people. As you can see, my background's a little bit different because I'm on vacation at my home in Denmark. Some of you have asked about where I'm actually from, and I'm both from Norway and I'm from Denmark, and I also have Swedish heritage, so I feel more or less equally at home in all 3 countries, although Denmark has a special place right here. So the people I wanted to mention was, of course, Aaron. His channel is really, I really like it, and he appears to really let us see him both talk seriously, semi-seriously about stuff he likes, but he also likes to have fun and rock out in front of the camera, and I really like that. The next person is Chris Propfe. Again, a channel that really inspires. What is the word, cornucopia of or wealth of ideas and things to look into. I want to send out a shout out to Music Sucker. Hi Jakob, som fra Randers. He's from Randers, which isn't too far away from where I am. I'm on the very northern tip of the Danish peninsula called Jutland, and he's a bit further south. So I want to thank him for his shout out to me, and his videos about various heavy metal stuff that I'm really interested in, because I don't really get a lot of impulses as far as metal goes that is new. Once in a while I do, and I really dive into it. But yeah, some of those videos are probably going to end up costing me money, because I'm going to have to buy some of that stuff he shows. Next one is Steve Carlson. Steve Carlson is such a nice guy. You know, when you sit down and you watch a video with a person and you just relax and everything is nice and interesting, new music, old music I wouldn't have even bothered with normally. I really like, and he goes outside and he films stuff around his neighborhood and on road trips, and yeah, and you know, as you can see, I'm into Americana, so obviously I like seeing stuff from the United States. So if you guys could start going to baseball matches and film that as well, I'd really appreciate that. No, I'm kidding. Then there's Alan, the Alan Rosenberg show. Alan is probably one of the people that I feel most connected to as far as equal collecting, equal type of music we listen to. I have started buying vinyl again some years ago, but I haven't given up on CDs, and I feel he's a bit like that. Of course, he goes more to thrift stores than I do because I don't really have many of those around, but I'm trying to find them. I haven't made these videos for very long, but I hope to do more out and about stuff. So, but Alan, he's a down to the core Rolling Stones fan, and so my sister and my two brothers got so fed up with me being a tiny kid borrowing their records that they started giving me, instead of giving me records with the Smurfs or Disney or stuff like that, they would start giving me my own rock and roll records, and two of the first ones were Black and Blue and Some Girls by the Rolling Stones, and a Danish Gasoline. God, I know, fantastic Danish band you should listen to, even though they sing in Danish. And then, of course, I want to mention the Flipside, JC. He just seems like such a nice guy. He has really nice answers when you write to him in his videos. And he has also given me quite a few hints about stuff to buy, so there's already some stuff on the way. Of course, also he had the idea about the lost 90s bands. And I just want to mention those things that I watch that are maybe not entirely vinyl community, or they're kind of bigger YouTubers that I really like. I like watching Happy Hippies stuff. He's fun. And I really like Channel 33 RPM. You know, get some Canadian flavoring in there, eh? See what all that scene is about. Sorry, eh? But he's just such a lovely person, and he delves into some other peripheral things, not just the records and the music, but the equipment, and he gets out and about, and we get to see stuff around Canada a bit. His banter with his wife is really cool, so that's Channel 33. Then there's Brendon Snyder. He's the Florida, New York architect who's moved now to New Jersey, and he really collects CDs. He's got 12,000 by now. So he kind of makes it okay to still collect CDs as well as vinyl. And then we have and he gets around a lot in New Jersey now. He visits record stores, and he's got a favorite record store with a guy there working, and they are doing these programs together, and they're showing new releases and stuff. I love that. And then we have Andrew Dixon from the UK. My favorite from the UK. Especially as far as the Beatles and Paul McCartney goes. I love Paul McCartney, so for me, that's the channel to go to. You got Norman Maslov, the fedora-wearing San Francisco guy. He moved to Seattle for about 10 years ago. Before that, he's lived all his life in San Francisco. So if you want to learn stuff from someone who has a wealth of knowledge about, Hyde Ashbury, the Bird. He loves the Birds. He loves Beatles. He loves Kinks, and he sometimes goes on road trips down to San Francisco from Seattle, and he visits his son, who lives in Portland, in Oregon. I love Portland. I love Oregon. I love the Pacific Northwest. Never been to San Francisco though. I've been to Kelso, Kalama, Longview, like I said, Portland, some areas around there, and up to Seattle. But I love that area of the states, and I actually found him trying to find some normal people talking about Woody Allen films, and he had 2 episodes he did with his friend the archivist, and they talked about Woody Allen. And I discovered all the other stuff, and that's how things happen sometimes. And then we got Vinyl Attack, such a professional channel, such a cool guy. He of course does a lot of equipment and not necessarily just records, but really cool channel. I really like that, and I won my first record from him, the record store day record. And then we have the Vinyl Den. I like especially them sitting together talking about stuff that they like or dislike, but also really handy for releases, what's coming out. And then we got Too Many Records, Greg, over in Portland now. Love his channel through the years. Huge Pearl Jam fan, just like I am. And then now he's the guy. I've seen all those videos where he goes to Amoeba Records, which is a dream. I would really love to go to Amoeba Records one day. Of course, now it's not in the same place that it was when he filmed them. And then he has opened his own record store now, Too Many Records in Portland. And again, I know people from Portland. I so want to go back there. And then we have, Vinyl Rewind. That was probably the first channel I started watching. His production value, that's Eric Calero. His Tiki Lounge music room. Who wouldn't want one of those, right? Maybe with a little more Starsky and Hutch look to it. But yeah, I just love the work he puts into it and the documentaries he makes. I love that channel. Finally, I want to mention a channel that also makes me very happy to watch, which has nothing to do with records. It's Kinging It. Kinging It. The Welsh couple. He just proposed to her. They're from Barry in Wales. It's a town southwest of Wales, where I've actually been because I just ended up there. I love Welsh things. I love Welsh people, Welsh music, super furry animals, and they're so funny and lovely, and they're traveling around the world in their slowly disintegrating van, and they're really funny. So 3 records. Or 3 artists, 3rd record even. I got 4 here, and I have to take one away. Oh, it's hard. I'm removing this one. Maybe I can make one more 3 records but not have it be the official one. First one, Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. So this was their 3rd album, of course. And it is my favorite Queen album. My sister gave this to me, so she obviously bought it back then. She's no longer with us, unfortunately. This is the old pricing code labels they put on all records in Norway. Back then, I think I've destroyed 1 or 2 other record covers up through the years trying to get these off, but now, of course, it's kind of nostalgic. So this was priced class 4, apparently. And they look, well, for a better word, sexy here. Even John Deacon looks kind of hot, doesn't he? Just such a good rock album. I love this album so much. So that was that one, and then we have I had to. It's Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. You can't go wrong with that. Even though they've decided one of the songs aren't good enough to be here and replaced it, but this is the first album, of course, with Bruce Dickinson singing. It's the last album with the drummer Clive Burr, God rest his soul. And it's also the first album with writing credits from my favorite Iron Maiden, Adrian Smith. It also has writing credits from Clive Burr, actually, the only one. So yeah, wonderful album. This is my old copy. So all these records I'm showing now are stuff that I have here in Denmark from my, let's say my youth and teenage record collecting years. This one, and I love this one. Last one. Echo and the Bunnymen. Yes, their third album. Porcupine. Scenery from Iceland. This album just knocked me off. I was gonna show. I had some ideas from some other groups from around the same time, and I was really, yeah, but it had to be third album from Echo and the Bunnymen. You know the beginning, the cutter. Yeah, not a lot to show you. No. Yeah, I don't know. Might have been something inside it once, but yeah. So that's my third. Echo and the Bunnymen, Porcupine. Wonderful album again. So this was probably a bit longer than it was supposed to have been, but yeah, there you go. I'm so stoked about well, making these videos, taking a leap, and all that stuff. So, but again, to all you guys who joined me, that's thank you so much. For those of you who haven't seen me before or want to check out my older videos, please do. Please click like and subscribe, and I will see you in another, hopefully music-related video, or maybe a beer-related video. We'll see. Take care, guys. Bye.